like froze before we started. Hi guys.
Hi guys. Happy can you before mute
Yep,
or
can,
just throw it over there?
Muting my
Yep.
phone.
Mute. No dings, no bings, no anything. Just us. Okay. So as always, we're coming to you live. It's Tuesday, and we are now, crazy enough, we are officially in the home stretch of 2020. This year has gone really, really fast. Hey, Bets. So if you're jumping on, as Betsy has done, please say hi and where you're coming in from. We would love to hear from you. Please tag some friends or teammates. Share this Facebook Live into groups that you have. Hey, Max. So what we're going to go over today, and we wanted to make this very, very simple for you. And Nancy and I talk about this all the time, and people ask us, what do I need to focus on this coming year, 2021, to change my business? And we don't want to make this a very long, drawn-out thing where we're going to give you too much. We literally broke this down into 3 specific things that if each of you do these 3 things, all of 2021, it will be a wildly successful year. Do you agree?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, number 1, you must, and again, these all, this is in successive order. So these have to go together. It starts with the first thing to the second thing to the third thing. The first thing that you need to do to create massive success in 2021 is to have absolute 100% clarity. You have to be clear with what you want to achieve in 2021. Nancy, go.
Yeah, and of course, Scott made this sound so simple, right? It's 3 things, but within each thing, obviously, it breaks down a little bit further. And so clarity is not just in what you're looking to achieve. Clarity is also around what you do. Okay? And I'm like pumping the brakes and going back. Some of the most successful entrepreneurs are not the best people. They're not the best at what they do. They're not even,
Most talented.
the most talented, but the most successful entrepreneurs are the ones who know exactly how to explain what they do and how people can hire them. And they also can explain it in the most simplest way possible.
Tell them about the napkin.
Okay. So I was actually listening to, really into, I listen to a lot of marketing podcasts. Obviously, it's my jam. But I've recently gotten into Stu McLaren. He has a podcast. He works with some of the high-level marketers online, like Amy Porterfield. I believe he's worked with Marie Forleo. Actually, every famous entrepreneur, literally, he's probably worked with them. But he does online marketing. And one episode he talked about was, can you explain what you do on the back of a napkin? Okay. And he said, plain and simple, literally, like, do this challenge, have fun with it. Go like into your, I don't know, your office stash or whatever, and cut a piece of paper in half about the size of a napkin and write down what it is you do and what services you offer. And can you explain that simply enough that it fits into that small space? And if it doesn't, guys, go back to the drawing board, get clearer, get simpler. And very specifically, right? So there's one little exercise, like I actually wrote this down for you guys. Try to write down who you help, right? Who is your target audience? Get clear on that. Get that clarity on who you help, how you help them, and then what transformation you offer. It can even be a product, right? If you have a product or service, it goes both ways. But what is someone going to experience working with you from A to point Z? So before working with you to already working with you, right? What is that experience? So clearly being able to paint that picture for them, what exactly you do that can help them. Okay? So very simply, again, it's who you help, how you help them, and what transformation you offer. So just get clear on those 3 things, and it's going to be helpful.
When you understand exactly how you help people, it will allow you to start showing up better on social media as well. And part of the reason why people have difficulty being really consistent on social media, which goes right hand in hand with clarity, is because they're not clear on who they need to be marketing to, who their ideal client is, and how do I market to them. So what happens when you don't know or have the clarity that you need to market yourself the right way, you get paralyzed and then you do nothing. So the reason why we wanted to, you turned it back over. Do you have something else to say?
I do. Sorry. You finish your thought. I got excited. Go ahead.
So when you guys first start with clarity, and we really want you to actually think about this for the next 29 days of this month. We really want you to think about this going into 2021. Just imagine, the calendar rolls over. It's January 1st, 2021. Who is it that you help? How do you help them? What is the transformation? Who is that person before? And I always say to Nancy, when people, how does that person look when they get to you compared to when they get spit out on the other end after working with you?
Yeah.
Because when you understand that transformation that someone makes and you're clear with it, it's going to enable you to provide the best content possible each and every day on the social media channels of your choice.
100%. And the one thing I thought of was, if you guys ever get stuck and you're like, well, there's too many people. And I always give my example. Like, I was too broad whenever I was doing real estate at one point, right? For example, and I decided that I was going to be this universal, monumental, crazy real estate agent. I was going to work with buyers and sellers, and I was going to work with everybody because I was going to be a referral agent too. And you know what happened? There's only so many seeds and so much fertilizer to go around, right? So you start just marketing, and when you're too broad and you're not clear on who it is specifically that you help, you really help no one. And then people aren't entirely clear who you help. But let's say you get more specific. And in that real estate example, let's say you work specifically with buyers, okay? And you help new homeowners, right? So it's these, maybe millennial age, okay? And then you just target your local area, and it's millennials and it's whatever. Then you get to be so much more specific and clear on your audience. You get to be clear on your content, and you get to be much more confident when speaking with people, because guess what? Not everyone's going to be a great fit for you. And if you're even stuck, right, you're not sure who that person is, again, okay, in your opportunity, who you want to see, imagine your, like, the most favorite person, I guess, I'm not even talking clearly, but like you've ever worked with. Picture them in your head and picture 100 clones of them lined up at the door. Okay? What was it about them? What was it about their personality? What was their profession? What was a situation that was a pain point for them that you were able to solve with a slam dunk? Right? Those types of things, that's your ideal client. And guess what? There are millions and billions of people in this world. There are plenty to go around. And by you getting specific, you are not hurting yourself. You're actually doing really good for yourself. And I'm sure you guys have heard the quote, riches are in the niches. It's true. And trust me, I've lived it many times when I've tried to be too broad. But going back to another experience, again, I'm just sharing a story that I went through, is whenever I ran my cleaning business, literally I got so specific. I was like, all right, it's going to be dual income households. It's going to be people between this age. This is exactly who I want to attract. And guess what happened? That's exactly who I attracted. And that's exactly how I grew that business to a 6-figure a year business. So that is so important for you to do. So get clear on your audience and what you want, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I always use myself as the example because am I really skilled at Facebook? Absolutely. Am I getting better at Instagram? 100%. But my jam is LinkedIn. And again, I didn't want to spread myself so wide across being a social media strategist. I wanted to be a LinkedIn strategist because that is very niche-y, because not everybody, I wouldn't want to teach everyone how to do everything. I don't want to have Facebook clients and Instagram clients. I just want LinkedIn. That's my jam. I am clear on that. Now, once you're clear on your business and your client and how you need to show up, now number two is focusing on visibility. Now that you have that clarity that you require, it is essential that once the clarity is there, you have to do your due diligence to be as visible as possible on social media. And, this goes into mainly why we created the BYOB agency and the Time to Grow program, is because people were struggling so much. Even if they had the clarity, they're like, well, how do I become more visible? I can't be everywhere at once. And obviously we have so many productivity hacks, but visibility is so essential if people are going to know who you are and what you do.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I mean, full out, like I've talked to so many different people, right? And they're feeling the same, right? When Scott said that, I'm sure anyone watching, right? Your stomach kind of goes, ugh.
That's me.
It's like visibility, and it's like kind of like the overwhelm, right? And it's like, trust me, if you're feeling that way, it's the majority of people, right? Because there's so much noise, there's so much going on social media right now. It's like people are screaming in your face at all times. But it's important that you put together a plan for visibility, and it does not have to be overwhelming, right? But it has to be something that you can commit to and you can stay on track, you can do consistently, okay? So when we talk about visibility, right, one, my tip is create a routine, right? Plain and simple, what does this look like each week for you? Are you setting aside a few hours a month to actually batch out your content, which could be you actually going through the calendar, writing down what you want to talk about or create content on? The other thing that you can do, and this is I'm giving you guys permission, instead of going crazy and trying to show up on TikTok, on Reels, and like IGTV and LinkedIn and whatever.
So much.
I am giving you permission right now for 90 days, right, kicking off January, first quarter, to focus on one platform. Meaning, pick one platform where your people, okay, now we just talked about getting clear on your people, right? So where are your people? Look up the statistics. Guys, I'm actually going to do a blog post, I think, in a couple weeks about the demographics of each platform. But get clear on who you're helping. And once you get clarity around that, you'll find out where they're hanging out. And it's also where you're comfortable showing up on as well. Because if you think your people are on TikTok, but honestly, jumping on TikTok makes you sick to your stomach, okay, pick another one. That's okay. I'm giving you permission. But literally, just pick one. It could be Instagram. And you know what? For 90 days, for that entire quarter, you are going to blow the doors off of Instagram. Meaning, you're going to do Instagram TV, you're going to do Instagram Live, you're going to use it to the best of your ability, and that is going to be your main lead generation location. Pick one and hit it the hardest you can. All right? And then in your plan, just make sure, okay, now you got your one platform. What does your routine look like? If you now picked Instagram and you decided, you know what? I read online that to get the most engagement, I've got to connect with 90 people a day and I've got to like and comment, and maybe you set aside in your routine 30 minutes to do this each day. Okay. What does that look like? You want to add stories each day. What does that look like? Okay. Each week you want to do one featured video. What does that look like? Put a plan together, get it out of your brain, get it on paper, and get it in your schedule and make it happen.
If you don't write it down, you're not going to do it. And that's why, we use content calendars and we do content calendar planning with our clients, because when you put pen to paper, you can actually visibly see, okay, here's what I'm theming out for the month. Here's how I'm showing up. Here's the platform I'm going to focus on. And here's how I'm going to get my voice across to my ideal client. But that brings us to number 3, which I think is not only the anchor of what you need to do in 2021 to really succeed, but without this third piece, I'm just going to be honest, I don't think it's going to happen. If you do not have this third piece, running behind clarity and visibility, you're only going to get so far. And that third and final thing is accountability. It's everything. You know, why do you think personal trainers exist? Why do you think coaches exist? Why do you think nutritionists exist? You invest in yourself, in someone to hold you accountable, to make sure that you have the clarity that you're looking to have with the type of client that you're looking to attract, to make sure that you're showing up and being visible on those right platforms, doing those 90-day sprints on one platform of your choice. Just imagine 2021, each quarter focusing on a different platform. So say LinkedIn is your first quarter goal. Instagram is your second quarter goal. Facebook is your third quarter goal, and YouTube is your fourth quarter goal. Having someone to hold you accountable, to help you get past those pain points and those wall kicking moments where you just want to stop, is the game changer, is the cherry on top of how you're going to succeed in 2021.
Yeah, and guys, when you work for yourself, okay, because many of you guys out there are entrepreneurs or you work from home. I mean, there's so many more of us working from home. And one of the most common themes I'm seeing is people thought it would be so easy, right? Like, oh, I get to work from home. I get to wake up a little later. I get to go to wear my jammies, right? You can't see what's down below, but I got my little shoes, what are my little slippers, on, and I got my little jammies. And you know what? Like, it's different, and sometimes it's a blessing and it's a curse. Okay? So whenever it comes to accountability, my big thing where I put my foot down is it's personal accountability. Okay? You need to schedule things. Okay? I've talked to potential clients, right? And I'll just give you an example. I had a client actually say, you know what, I don't know that I can commit to doing this each week, or I don't know that I can show up, whether it's a blog or whether it's a video. Well, flat out, if you are making time in your schedule and you're planning on it, it's important to you and you want to grow your business, you will make it happen. Okay? And Robin Sharma always says it, if you schedule it, it gets done. Plain and simple. So if it's important to you and it's all about growing your business, right? Put it in the schedule, put it in a calendar. Stay organized anywhere in your life, right? We're leading into 2021. And I just did this, guys, last week. If you feel messy or you feel a little about anything, it could be your office. I actually went through. So guys, I have an old school filing system. It's just how I work. I do a hybrid. I actually do a mixture of virtual and I do a mixture of actual paper, kind of folders. And I opened up my entire filing cabinet. I went through, I reorganized everything. I made files Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I made A through Z, and I made a to-do folder. And what I do is I move things around, and if I have calls scheduled with clients, I'll move their folder right to the different day. And any notes I take notes religiously. Like literally, I'm on a call with you, I'm probably taking some kind of notes because I want to make sure that I keep it fresh because I got a lot going on. So however you organize, do what works best for you. But if you're feeling that icky area already, or you walk in your office and you're like, fix it. Now's the time to do it. Get a clean slate for 2021. And then the other thing too is, like Scott said, if you struggle with it and you need help, don't be afraid to ask for it. Accountability is huge. In fact, when I first started coaching new business owners and I started coaching entrepreneurs, one service that I offered was accountability sessions. And guess what I did? All I did was help people hold themselves accountable to what they said that they were going to do. And that's it. And plain and simple, you're not alone. So Scott just put in the chat box our website, The Time to Grow. So it just kind of lists out a couple different programs that we have. But, plain and simple, guys, clarity, visibility, and accountability, 3 things. Just sit on it, right? Think through, write down. Don't get overwhelmed, right? Get it out on paper. Start to organize, start to plan, and understand that these 3 things can literally help you pivot your business and crush it in the new year.
So again, get clear, get visible, and get yourself to be held accountable. So, guys, enjoy the rest of your nights, and we will see you again next week. Have a great night, everybody.